The average adult attention span is 8.25 seconds. So when you have a presentation with money or a job on the line, what do you do when the fear monster shows up in those precious 8.25 seconds? Most likely, your head goes up, your chest goes down, your legs get tight, your arms get tight, and you're either going to run away, freeze, or get off the stage. Maybe fight. I don't know. What's your MO? But you can barely breathe, let alone think or captivate your audience. Maybe your mouth gets dry, your knee starts to shake, maybe you forget what you were going to say. And then the not good enough monster joins the fear monster, followed by the monkey mind with an endless row of, now whatever made you think that was a good idea and you're just going to mess it up anyway. Oh my gosh, your chance for that beautiful first impression, poof, gone. How will you ever recover? Do any of you know anyone who deals with stage fright? Well, if the number one fear is stage fright, and 77% of humans suffer with stage fright, I'll bet you do. I sure did. I'm Diann Alexander, the Confidence Catalyst. Welcome, and thank you for being here. Thank you for bringing your courage and your heart today. Today, I'm going to help break down the stage fright monster and give you 5 confidence skills that you can do in a moment. We're going to have physical, we're going to have mental, we're going to have energetic, emotional, and sonic. And pray we get them all in there. So, you may wonder how I got into this crazy business and why I've spent the last 50 years finding stage confidence tools that help people. Well, like many of us, I grew up in a very turbulent household. My MO was to keep myself easy, never inflame the big people. So it became natural that I was behind the scenes. I wrote and arranged the music. Solo? No. My life changed outside opera workshop forever one day. I was waiting for my girlfriend, and the door creaked open, and the professor stuck his head out and said, "We're short a singer. Come in here and sing this. Nice voice, take the class. And by the way, you need voice lessons." Well, that wasn't the worst part. The worst part was what happened at the end of the voice lesson, which at the end of the semester, you had a jury, which is as bad as it sounds. You had to sing in front of the voice faculty for a grade. For some reason, they thought I belonged in the public jury. And in the public jury, it was the entire music staff, the entire department, and all their friends and family. Oh, I remember that day. When a day came, I clutched my music and shuffled down that long hall. There were people on the right, people on the left, and to the grand piano at the end of the room. By the grace of God, I was able to give my music to the pianist without dropping it. And you know how in the piano, the grand pianos, they have that big crook? I just kind of slid around it, trying to be as stable as I possibly could be. And while the lid opens and they have that big black bar, I white knuckled that baby because I knew if I didn't, I was going down. It was so horrendous. My mom said she could see my knee shake from the back of the room. Oh, it was terrible. Everything ran through my brain. 1, what if they find out I don't know what I'm talking about? 2, what if they tell me, they criticize me and say, you're not good enough. You need to be out of this department. We don't want you here anymore. Or 3, what if I let everybody down? My parents, the faculty, myself. I don't remember much about that jury. All I remember is that I never wanted to do that and be there again. But college, all it gave us was practice until you can't get it wrong. You ever had that? Practice and can't get it wrong. That's fine when you're in the practice room. When you come out on the stage and you have lights and you have people, it's another animal altogether. That just doesn't work. Or my favorite, oh my gosh, imagine them in their underwear. Yeah, like that worked. And last one was, go, 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 pump up your energy, go, 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 it's gonna be fun. Well, if you're like me and you're massively nervous, it's like pouring gasoline on a fire. They really didn't work. So, why don't they work? They don't work because you can't paint over panic. The important thing is, the missing piece is that you need to get underneath and understand what's the nature of the beat. Our subconscious brain's job is to keep us safe. It doesn't know if there's a real bear there or a stage fright monster there. It just perceives there's a threat. When it feels threatened, it kicks into emergency mode, shutting off all your creative energy to handle the threat. So we have lots of things we can do about this to put that switch back. Are you ready for some good news now? So the first tool is physical. Oh, and I want to share with you a little 3-step troubleshooting thing that's going to help you understand these tools. 1, what do you want to do? 2, what are you doing? 3, do the opposite of number 2. So when we're in stage fright and we get all tight and we're all down here, we can barely breathe, right? So try this with me. Tighten your neck as tight as you can. Now inhale. It's really hard. So now bubble your neck. Inhale. Easy, right? Now, hands on the low belly. Bubble your neck and imagine your breath coming down into your hands. Easier still. 1 more. Bobble your neck, hands on your belly. Breathe through your nose. Congratulations, you've just activated your parasympathetic nervous system and you're getting that emergency mode to go back to creative in an instant. Mental mindset, that's popular these days. I'm going to tell you a story about Fred. Fred was our church tenor soloist, and when Fred had a solo, he would walk out with his robes all flowing and take his stance, and before he even sang, you could hear a pin drop. You could absolutely hear a pin drop. Everybody loved Fred. One day, I got my courage up to ask him and said, Fred, what do you do? How do you do it? Everybody loves you. And he said, oh, it's easy. Before I start singing, I look out at each and everybody and I send them all love. I thank them for being here. I just send them love. And I went, whoa, the light bulb went on so big. When I came out, I went, don't mess up, please like me, don't mess up, please like me. And the shift in the energy was huge. And it just took a moment. At my next solo, I followed Fred's advice, and it was like a whole different experience, both for the audience and for me. It's a lot like that very favorite thing of, oh, I have to do this versus I get to do this. Energetically, it feels very similar, but the mindset change from ew to yes makes a big difference on the physiology. And in a moment, you can switch that around. Energy. You know, talking about energy. Everything is energy, from small, tiny little quarks all the way up to big cosmos. Everything has a signature vibration. Each of us has a unique signature vibration. Well, what does that mean? It means our energy fields are bigger than we are and they go out. How big are they? Depends on how you're feeling that day. So if you imagine going into a party when someone's in a great mood and they're in the back over there having a big time, that you kind of want to go over, I'm going to go over and hang out with you guys. And then over in the other room comes in, oh, woe is me, we're doomed. Who do you want to stand next to? So we have that ability to switch from one to the other. And I want to share with you a little energy exercise that actually is a theater exercise to show you A, how to ground, and B, how to use your energy and move it around a little bit. So it's called SOS, subject, object, subject. You're the subject. So if you imagine taking a big breath and just kind of notice how you feel. Is there a kink in your neck? You feeling good? Where are your feet on the floor? You can just get right here and notice how you are. So you're in the present moment. So now what I want you to do is picture something across the room that really, really bothers you. It's really icky, and take all your energy and throw it on that thing. And now that thing's getting bigger and it's coming closer. Do you notice you had a change in your physiology? Most people notice that they become a little ungrounded and a little bit, where am I? So now, bring all of that back. Big breath in, patch your eyes. Notice how you're feeling. Yeah, I'm better. I'm going to loosen my neck. I'm going to melt a little bit. Yeah, feeling better. Okay, I'm here. Now, see that thing across the room, but come up with your energy behind your eyes and look through your eyes at that thing. You're still in your energy. The thing has not gone away. It hasn't changed. But don't you feel different? You are now grounded in your own self. You brought your energy back so that staying in this place, I can deal with that thing over there and not get turned around. Which is the perfect segue into emotions. Emotions are energy in motion. And emotions are something that we have. They're not We are not our emotions. They are a physiological response to a stimulus that happens out there. Well, what does that mean? That means that you can change them when you want to. Well, I don't think that I can change them when I want to. Why? Because of that sticky little thing called judgment. We judge our emotions. What if, instead of judgment, we had it be a spectrum? Instead of half of our emotions being bad and half of our emotions being good, so we're like half of a being, why couldn't we have it be a spectrum of these are denser emotions for denser reasons, and these are lighter emotions, and we can slide up and down and learn to feel comfortable with each one. And if you can practice moving from one emotion to the other emotion without a stimulus, then you're developing the neural circuitry to know how to get there quickly if something goes funky up on stage. So, for example, think about when you're scared, you're tight, the fight or flight's way going, and just notice how you feel. Now, what do you want to feel? Well, I want to feel confident and joyful. Okay, what were you doing? I'm doing this. This is my troubleshooting thing, right? So do the opposite of that. Oh, I need to change my posture. I need to get a good breath. I need to have a mindset of a get to rather than have to. Okay, practice it one more time. Scared? No, I can't do it. I can't do it. Oh, okay. Posture, breath, get to. It's a huge difference in just a little bit of moment. Some people like to say, they use the word scare-sighted because scared is very similar to excited. So you can use that tool in a moment to go from here to here. The last thing I want to share with you is the power of sound. As we said, we're all vibrations. We are affected by vibrations. If you think about your favorite song, when you hear a song that you loved when you were growing up that made you feel awesome, don't you remember where you were, what was happening at the time? It just brings you back. That's why it's such an effective tool to have it on your phone and listen to it before you go on, because it brings you back into that same physiology. My favorite sonic things to do are Alchemy Crystal Singing Bowls. Why? Because crystal has been used for decades in electronics because it's so even. We are also crystalline. We're 80% water. So when we have an emotion that affects our day and we're feeling a little wonky, these beautiful bowls are so steady with their vibration, our whole physiology goes, I want that. And so I'm not going to talk more. I'm going to let you experience what this is. So take a nice deep breath and just notice how you are. Come present to the moment. And that's the gift of these bowls. They will help you. You can exhale into the earth. Just let it all go. Or inhale up. Whatever feels awesome to you. Just notice you feel a change in your body or where you might feel it. Instant shifto changeover. So I hope today has been helpful. You now have physical tools, which are loosen your neck, breathe down to your belly through your nose. You have a mental tool, which is send everybody love. And I get to do this, now I have to do this. You have energetic tools, subject, object, subject. You have emotional tools, scare, excited. And you have sonic tools. I hope this has been a benefit for you today. You to realize that you're like these bowls. You're unique, you're authentic, and these bowls can only be who they are. That's what you need to be, is to be the bowl, be all of who you are. You matter. Your voice matters. Your message matters. Let's help you get it out there and send that fear monster packing. Thank you.